One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
You know, we all know you guys have a new baseball facility at West Virginia. You've been in the Big 12 now for a couple of years. Maybe those things combined helped you average nearly 1,700 fans per game in baseball in the 2015 season. So the real question is, how do you maintain that momentum? How do you continue driving folks to the ballpark? And what are the unique challenges that you guys face maybe in your marketplace from a fan attraction standpoint for the sport of baseball?
Well, you hit the nail on the head. It was definitely a combination of factors that led us to the increase in attendance we've seen over the past few years. Coach Mazey coming on board was one of the primary factors. He's brought a lot of excitement, and he's done a great job in the community in engaging and working inside the community to build an interest in WVU baseball. Certainly the move to the Big 12, which brought an increased level of competition, and any year there's 2, 3, 4 teams that are legitimate contenders for Super Regional and College World Series, and then the new ballpark is certainly been something that we've seen a lot of positive momentum towards WVU baseball. People just have been talking about it throughout the 18 months or so it was being built, and then certainly through last spring with the opening, the inaugural season of the park. So those combination of factors definitely work together to really take WVU baseball to a level that we've never seen. We had a great attendance last year, and really the ballpark was a work in progress. It was open, and it was done enough, I guess you would say, to accommodate fans and to be able to have 1,600 plus fans attend, each game on average. But there were still areas of the park, like the party deck, like the locker rooms and some of the facilities that weren't finished. And now that we're going into year 2, it is finished. And so part of our hook and sales pitch to fans is, come see the park now that it's fully finished. You saw it last year. It was a great park, a great venue, but it wasn't fully finished. One of the other important pieces of that was our parking lots weren't finished. The focus was on getting the stadium and the ballpark ready. So now we have ample parking adjacent to the park, which will, I think, only make it easier for fans to access and to come to games. So as you said, we've set that bar now with year 1 and just working to continue. Like everything else, on-field performance will certainly be a factor. I look a lot smarter, and people in my position look a lot smarter when the team wins. So, and coach and the guys are doing their part so far this year. So just expect to see that positive momentum continue.
Now, you're the sport administrator for baseball as well, in addition to obviously overseeing the marketing operation for the entire department before the sport. Does that create any unique lines of conversation between yourself and Coach Mazey that you and your team literally are the ones who are helping to promote the program, and you have sport oversight of his program? Does that make for, do you think, any interesting dynamics versus it being separated?
It does, and it's something that I've been very cognizant of and tried to, draw that line as much as I can. And I tell our marketing staff that it probably affects them more than it does Coach Mazey. I tell them that, just because I oversee this area, the marketing and promotions area, and I oversee, and I'm the sport administrator, doesn't mean that I'm going to be down your neck about every little thing. You're going to be the marketing director. You're going to handle it. And as things come up, I'll interject when I need to, but I'm not going to, I do my best to try to not micromanage just because I'm the sport administrator. And Coach is great. I think he respects that and that dual role. And there's not been anything pop up that we couldn't figure out a way to work through. But what I've always tried to tell them is, if you have a marketing question or a concern, then go to our marketing contact first. And then if it needs to escalate from there, from either end, if the marketing contact needs to escalate or you need to escalate it, then come to me. I try not to be the primary point of contact for all marketing related issues, whether that's music, whether that's how we're promoting stuff, whether that's different ideas to get people there. or interact in the community. So that's been my approach to it, and it's worked pretty well. There's always exceptions to the rule and things that pop up, but I've definitely done my best to create a line of distinction there.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.